my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow.
The internet and celebrity world are absolutely buzzing right now because of what happened at the Oscars. And no, it's not because of surprise wins like the two that Zack Snyder took home or the comedy bits done by the lady hosts, but rather, it was because of Will Smith and Chris Rock. The friends, yes really, got into an altercation on stage and now everyone is talking about what might happen next. And Rock himself made sure he let everyone know what he wouldn't do. We'll break it down for you, but before we do that, go ahead and do us a favor by leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Do you want to win an iPhone 12, maybe a MacBook Pro? How about $500 cash? All you have to do is comment the secret hidden message somewhere in this video. That's it. Oh, and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep affording these giveaways. Winner will be announced at the last day of each month. Thanks for watching and good luck. Number 6, a line about hair. There's a lot to cover here, including brand new details on the situation as a whole, so let's get right to it, shall we? Simply put, Chris Rock was out there to present the award for Best Documentary, and being the comedian that he is, he decided to have some fun with his friends, like legit friends. They're friends, I promise. And he begged the crowd to let Will Smith win Best Actor, more on that later, and then decided to poke fun at his wife, Jada, by saying, "Jada, love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it."
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Now let's pause right there, shall we? Because if you were to hear that joke, some of you may not get it, but it was a movie joke and a reference to Jada Smith's hair. And that was where the line was crossed, because she has a condition that resulted in her hair falling out, so she didn't like it. Chris Rock said though that was tame in comparison to what he could have said. The problem though is that the camera expertly captured Jada's reaction, and it showed just how much she didn't appreciate that line about her and her look. And then there was Will, who was fine with Chris poking fun at his lack of winning actor Oscars, despite being nominated a lot for justified reasons. But when he cracked the joke about Jade and he realized the levels to it, because the video showed he laughed at first, it was on. Because King Richard got up and walked on stage and went right to Chris. Now let's pause here once again. Because if this was a few years ago, even 3 years ago, you would expect Will Smith to do a gag where he would whine loudly or do a bunch of fake punches on Chris Rock, that kind of thing. He'd act like Will from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and ham it up for the crowd, make it a funny moment, and then move on. But that's not what happened at all, because he straight up went to Chris Rock and smacked him clean across the face. And whether you watch it at full speed, slow motion, or see the still shot of the smack, it looked like it hurt. And that was just the beginning of a very big mess of things. Number 5, the Best Slap Award. Now the immediate reaction online wasn't just hashtag what just happened. It was whether this was a bit or not. After all, this is the Oscars. They're not above physical comedy or even poking fun at themselves for past mistakes. See Jimmy Kimmel. But as the replays came out online, and thank God for the internet, things became very clear that this wasn't a gag or a joke. He straight up smacked him. And then Will Smith really went to work on Chris Rock, because right after he smacked Rock, Smith went back to his chair and started to curse out Chris. The Oscars, in the US at least, cut the audio feed, but the cameras were still rolling, and it was very clear that Will was shouting, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth." And he said it more than once to ensure that Rock got the message. And he said he did, as well as doing the joke, "This is the greatest night in history of television." We're not sure about that one, but it is easily one of, if not the most memorable Oscar moment. Even the Oscar goof with La La Land and Moonlight can't top this. That was human error. This was human savagery. Now yes, Rock recovered from this, but this was the farthest thing that the Oscars wanted for their broadcast. Yes, people are going to be talking about the show, and they're in droves even now that the show is over. But they didn't want it to be because of this. They wanted it to be because of the award winners, or the fan selection awards, or something else memorable like the comedic hosts, not a man slapping another man. And trust us when we say that things didn't just end because the moment was over. Number 4, at commercials, because the moment after it happened, anyone and everyone who was there or nearby the stage started posting reaction shots and more about what happened with Rock and Smith. And one person during the commercial break following that altercation said the following with a video post. During the commercial break, Will Smith is pulled aside and comforted by Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry, who motion for him to brush it off. Will appears to wipe tears from his eyes as he sits back down with Jada, with Denzel comforting Jada and Will's rep by his side. So yeah, that was so serious. And Will was taking it that seriously that other stars had to come over and calm him down. So yeah, this wasn't a gag or a bit. The Oscars would never condone that kind of violence or profanity. That's not the attention they wanted to get. Number 3, celeb reactions. What's better than seeing the online reactions to the slap? Seeing the celebrity reactions to the slap as they happened. Nicole Kidman, The Rock, Meryl Streep, Mel Gibson, Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, and more all had their pictures taken at the moment of impact. You can understand why many of them were shocked, stunned, or trying to contain themselves overall. Because to them, they know Will Smith in one form or another. He's usually the funny man, but this time he was a violent man, and they likely don't see why he snapped the way he did. And this doesn't even count the celebrities online via Twitter who were posting their reactions live. Some were making fun of the incident, while others were noting that Will crossed a line, with multiple celebs saying it was assault. Not so ironically, one of the biggest supporters of Will Smith was actually his son Jaden, who went onto Twitter after the incident and said that's how we do it. So yeah, we know what was going on in his mind. So what was going on in the mind of Will Smith then? He would later say during his acceptance speech for winning Best Actor that you need to protect family, and that got a lot of reactions out of people as well. But the most interesting reaction likely came from Chris Rock himself. Number 2, no charges to be pressed. Naturally, after everything that happened, the big question was whether Chris Rock would file charges against Will Smith. The answer to that is no. The LAPD confirmed that Chris Rock declined to file a police report against Smith, despite the very clear and obvious case of assault. So is Rock just being the bigger man here? That's one way of looking at it. Others would say that The Rock realized his joke about Jada's hair went too far, and that Will was justified in doing that. Some might even say that him being a friend, he realized the situation and decided to just say, my fault, and move on. No matter the reasoning, Will isn't getting in trouble. On this front at least. Number 1, other punishment. Because regardless of what Chris Rock did, or in this case didn't do, many expect Will Smith to be punished in other ways. Some think the Oscars might ban him from next year's show, no matter whether he's nominated or not. Others think that sponsors might drop him because of the bad publicity he's about to get, and some still think he should be charged with assault. In truth, if anything is gonna happen to Will Smith, it won't be for the next day. But after that, who knows? And you can bet that certain statements will be made on the behavior that Will Smith exhibited, regardless of the apology that he did eventually give. And there you have it, everyone, a look at what Will Smith did to Chris Rock and what Chris Rock will not do to Will Smith. Do you think that it's wise of Rock to not file charges against Will Smith? Or do you think that this was him taking one on the chin for the betterment of all? Do you think that there will be another punishment for Smith later on? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.